Hey there, this is Catherine Chess, your nutritionist and joyful living coach, and I'm back with one of my favorite recipes. This is chicken lettuce wraps. So let's dig in, let's get started. So all you do is take some chicken, and if you're a vegetarian, you can use garbanzo beans or any kind of bean that you like, and it turns out great. I don't recommend that you use a tofu or a tempeh because those have a lot of genetically modified ingredients and they're not as good. So don't use those super often. You can have them every now and then, right? But start with really good organic chicken. And let me talk to you about fresh organic chicken. I got this at Whole Foods. You know it is antibiotic, hormone-free. Make sure the chicken that you're eating, or any meat for that matter, is antibiotic and hormone free, and make it be organic just as a little bonus, because you don't want the crap in your body. You want something as pure and as delicious. I love meat just as the next person, and maybe you're a vegetarian and you don't love meat very much. But when you're eating, you really have to look at where the food is sourced. So organic, hormone free, and antibiotic is the very best way to go. So with that said, what do we put in here? We're going to season the meat really well. And you can make this chicken either in your crock pot, long time simmering, or the way I made it today, in the oven. So you have a couple different options, but make sure you season it really well. I'm putting some curry powder. Gotta season everything up great. Cumin is fabulous for your digestion, but as a bonus, of course, it tastes good. And I'm putting about a tablespoon of each of these in. You're going to have to decide what you really like. Try it my way, and then try it a little less seasoning or a little more seasoning to suit your taste. My professor told me that you need to make a recipe about 3 to 4 times to really get it to exactly the way you want it and get it down so you can make it over and over and keep yourself healthy and be able to make these things quick, easy, and delicious. We're going to put some dill in it, but you could also use basil. And the last ingredient, coconut milk. Now, if you notice, this is bisphenol A free. It says non-BPA lining. In so many cans, manufacturers put a lining, it's called BPA or bisphenol A, inside the can. Hey, they've discovered that BPA is very carcinogenic. It can cause cancer. So you don't want that. So when you're buying canned goods, and you shouldn't be buying them very often, only for specific products, make sure it's BPA free. And then I'm gonna just put this in, but what I like is on top of the coconut, there's a cream. I often just use the coconut cream, and I'm putting a couple tablespoons in here to make this really yummy. And then this is an option. You certainly don't have to put it in, but if you want it a little sweeter, like a sweet and savory taste, like so many Asian dishes have, you can put some maple syrup in. But again, real whole maple syrup. Spring for it. This stuff is kind of expensive, but you know what? It's so worth it. And you're worth it because your beautiful body is worth it. It's about giving ourselves exactly what we really need to thrive. So I'm going to put just a little teaspoon of this in my chicken. And then I'm going to put a little rosemary in. Now this is from my garden. I highly recommend you grow an herb garden. So easy to use. I've just put some sprigs of rosemary in here. And I'm going to show you an easy way to chop it. You don't need a knife. Just use your kitchen scissors and chop. Chop up the rosemary. Get it pretty small, maybe like a little 1/8-inch sprouts. See, it's all done. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. And if you're using a slow cooker, you just throw that all in, put it in the slow cooker, and it cooks up the same. And then you've got your chicken in there. And all of this is going to go in the oven. I'm going to cook it at 350 degrees for about 25 minutes until it gets really brown. But as a bonus, if you're putting it in the oven or in the slow cooker, I love to add a red onion. So I'm just going to show you how to chop this up. You don't need to dice it. You don't need to slice it. Just slice it thin, but they can be big chunks because, again, these are going to cook up. So watch your fingers, curl your fingers back, hold on to the onion, and just slice away. This goes by so quickly, so fast. And the red onions are so delicious because they give it a little bit more sweetness. You're just going to put this all on the top. And if you're using the slow cooker, you're just going to throw everything into the slow cooker and stir it up, and it will simmer and cook. But in a small pan like this, I like to add a little bit of olive oil on the top. Now, again, fats don't make you fat. I know my clients freak out when I use a whole lot of olive oil, but it won't make you fat. It actually cleans your body out because it's a monounsaturated fat. And that's it. This goes in the oven, again, at 350 degrees. But if you're really hungry and you can't wait, cook at 400 and just watch it really well. Yum, delish. So I've already made this for you. It's all done. See the finished product? Really, really good stuff. I'm going to take one of the chickens out, maybe with a little bit of the onion. And I'm just going to chop this up. You need really good knives. So even if you can't afford good knives, go to the home goods store or go to your local discount home store and buy yourself one good knife. Do yourself a favor. Cooking is no fun when you don't have good knives. And did you see what I just did? I had it sliced one way, then I turned the chicken around the opposite way. So horizontal and vertical, and I've got some great chopped chicken for you. There you go. And we would normally put this on some rolled lettuce, like lettuce leaves, but instead today I decided I want to make a little bit of a salad instead. So I just want to show you some different options for this. Today I'm going to plate it instead of put it on the way I normally do. So just make it beautiful. The more beautiful you make your food, the better it's going to taste. You want your food to look pretty. And then, of course, you want to savor it and eat it mindfully. And in my programs, I teach you how to do that. So you can check out my website, but I just poured this chicken on top. Again, this chicken, you can pre-cook it, you can freeze it. There is our salad. It's really cooking up. Now we're going to get a sauce for it. And of course, you can add other vegetables to the top of this. You can add carrots, zucchini, whatever you like. But I just want to show you a basic way to make it, because often we don't have all of our ingredients, right? So we're going to throw in the sauce. Now normally, if you're making some lettuce wraps, they'll give you a peanut sauce to go with it. I don't recommend peanuts. Peanuts have a mold in them. It's called aflatoxin. And when you eat peanuts, they can be very rancid. So instead, I use almonds. I get these at Whole Foods, and they are just so delicious. So I'm going to throw in some almonds for my sauce. I'm going to throw in the rest of the can of coconut milk, and of course using this amazing cream at the top. But just to make it a little more saucy, I'm going to throw in the water at the bottom as well. And in this, I'm definitely going to take the option of using a little maple syrup because it just makes it a little bit sweeter. So I'm going to throw in about a teaspoon of maple syrup, and then seasonings. Seasonings will make your food sing. So let's put in some curry powder and thyme. Oh, now you can use powdered thyme, but I like using fresh. And you just take the sprig of thyme and you pull it off. Pull these off. They come off so quickly. So again, you just take the sprig. If you get a few sprigs in your blender, it's no big deal. because they'll blend up, but I just don't like things stringy. So I'm just going to pull off all these little leaves, pull them off. And again, if you are in a hurry or you don't really feel like doing this and you're a little lazy, don't worry about it. You can just buy a bottle of thyme. And we put some rosemary in. And then on top of that, I'm going to put some chives on top of that. But first I'm going to blend all of this up in my high-speed blender. Again, you can make this in your regular blender. It's just easier in a high-speed blender. So you might want to save up and invest in one if you don't have one. So let's blend away. We're back. That's all it takes. And watch this. See this carrot? You think you need to chop it up. Watch how easy this goes together. I'm just chopping it onto my salad with my handy-dandy kitchen scissors. Just giving you some alternatives. Sometimes things slip away with your kitchen scissors, so you just got to be careful. But I just think it's a nice little afterthought to make things look really pretty and delicious. So our salad is really coming together. We're going to dress it with the sauce that we made. Ooh, this is smoking. But you know, if you don't have a high-speed blender, it's fine to just mash it, put everything together. I just like using a little blender. We're just going to drizzle this on top. Or I even serve it on the side so people can choose how much dressing they want. If they want a little more, if they want a little less. And then I take my chives. Now, chives are so easy, but again, you don't want to really chop them up. Just get your kitchen scissors, sprinkle some chives on top, and look at this amazing salad. Lettuce wraps, right? And you could use the lettuce full, but I wanted to show you another variation today. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. This is Catherine Chess, your nutritionist and joyful living coach, wishing you great health, happiness, savor your food, and savor your life. Thank you.